So it is the time of the year again when most of the students will be leaving for their colleges soon, and my Instagram DMs are filled with so many queries regarding buying a laptop. 2021 has been a very confusing year in the tech market, with problems like chip shortages, unavailability of good models, and even a wider variety of processors and GPUs. It has become very confusing to select a laptop that satisfies all your needs in a budget. So in this video we will be talking about the best laptop that you can buy right now today in the range 70,000 to 90,000 rupees. So a couple of disclaimers before getting more into the video. The first disclaimer would be that this video can be long because I try to make a lot of in-depth video because my research and my process is quite lengthy. I just want you guys to understand that there's a lot of work that goes behind digging out all the best laptops for you. So yes, the video can be long. The second disclaimer would be that these are my personal best choices and there might be laptops that you might prefer but are not on the list. So for those cases, don't forget to DM me on Instagram, and maybe, who knows, you might earn some more discount on your laptop purchase. The third disclaimer would be, please check the date of this video before making any sort of comments, because on the day that I made this video, these were the best choices, and when you're seeing this video, it might be a lot late and there might be better options or the same options at cheaper prices. So please check the date of this video before making any sort of comments. Keep the comment sections healthy and clean. Starting with the most affordable laptop of this video, we are already having a very good competitor, Vectors by HP, the budget killer of this year. This is completely made of plastic and has a good trackpad and build quality. The thermals on this are not that good and it gets really hot while using in warm environments. In terms of display, it is quite okay. It has 16.1 inches 1080p anti-glare IPS display with 45% of NTSC with 250 nits of peak brightness. This brightness is pretty okay to me, but not really that bright. I really prefer around 300 plus nits of brightness to be adequate enough. But this one does the job. The only drawback it has is the 60Hz refresh rate. So to play high FPS games like Valorant, you have to attach a high FPS external display or play at only 60 frames per second. This might not be an issue for people who are not looking for a gaming laptop per se, but this is more of kind of an entry-level gaming laptop. The graphic card is quite capable to handle and good external display. This machine comes with Ryzen 5 5600H processor. Also, the screen wobbles a bit. It has a huge compromise on the hinge quality, to be honest. It comes with 8GB of RAM and a fast 512GB SSD. The graphic card on this laptop is RTX 3050 with 75 watt of TGP. I would recommend 3050 over 1060 only because of the DLSS feature. This is a really good deal you can get for 75,000 because both the processor and the GPU are the latest generation and are capable of handling almost your basic gaming needs like playing Valorant on high FPS or running software like Premiere Pro or After Effects. Before getting any further, I would like to say that if you want to make a purchase, make sure you use my links in the description below. That would help my channel a little bit and will also make my mom proud without costing any money to you. Back into the video. The next one on our list is yet another competitor, Asus TUF Gaming A15, which actually gives a tough competition in this price range. Now there's a separate video on the entire lineup of Asus TUF series and how confusing it is. I've made that video, so please check that out video obviously after watching this video. But if I try to summarize, this laptop has a very good build quality and that have improved on thermals in 2021 version. Please keep in mind, don't buy the 2020 versions. They are also being sold right now, so be a little cautious. The laptop comes with an octa-core Ryzen 7 4800H and RTX 3060 graphics, which is a good combination for programmers and content creators. The performance for gamers and editors is top-notch at this price. It has a 144Hz refresh rate, IPS level anti-glare panel with 1000:1 contrast ratio. The only issue is that it is having a 62.5% of sRGB. Yes, not that color accurate. So for all your color sensitive needs, you might need to use a color accurate external monitor. But you can't really do anything about this because that's the kind of display you've been getting at this price point. The only thing that it can't handle smoothly would be maybe running AI programs having large sample data to process, where performance may suffer a little bit. You can check more details on a separate video on this laptop linked above. Overall, it's a very well balanced configuration and a very value packed laptop. Given its price, especially for gamers and content creators. The next laptop that we have is the Asus ROG Strix G15, and yes, this is having a Ryzen 7 4800H yet again, and also it is having a very cool and interesting design, and also the build quality is good, which is pretty normal with ROG lineup of laptops. The majority of ports on this laptop are on the back, which can be a very good factor because there won't be a lot of cable clogging and other stuff. Also there is no webcam. 2021 and there is no webcam. So if you want to use a webcam, you have to buy an external one. The laptop comes with Ryzen 7 octa-core 4800H and a GTX 1650 graphic card. In terms of display, it has IPS level panel with 250 nits of peak brightness, 1:1000 contrast ratio, 45% of NTSC, 62% of sRGB, and blah blah blah. The build quality is really good and much better than the previous two laptops, and it has completely controllable RGB lighting and a good keyboard with negligible flex, which is unheard of at this price point. It comes with Asus Armory Crate software, which is good for battery saving while you're not using the laptop for gaming purposes. In terms of performance, it is lower in terms of graphics card as the last laptop, but with much better thermals and build quality. But with no webcam. So this becomes a really easy recommendation if you're trying to buy a laptop under 80,000. To keep in mind, there's another one which comes with 4800H and RTX 3050. Now we're going to talk about a bit of non-gaming, high quality, premium design laptop, mainly for educational purposes, and that is the HP Pavilion Aero Ultra Thin. This is a laptop, as the name suggests, ultra light and yet having good build quality, having a metallic finish and only weighing 970 grams of weight. That's just amazing considering the power that this machine possesses. It comes with 16 GB of RAM and 512 GB of SSD. This is good for programming, software development, and if you are not a content creator or a gamer and want a premium laptop within the Windows segment, this is an easy pick for you. And obviously don't expect pro performance like M1 MacBook Pro, but yeah, for students in specialized branches that use Windows based softwares, say EEE, you can buy this. If you are not getting the context, I already made a video that why you might not want to get a M1 MacBook Air. Please check that out, especially if you are an engineering student. This laptop is again only meant for educational purposes, so don't presume that this will run AAA titles or render 4K videos. On another hand, the screen of this laptop is really good for consuming content or using it for long hours of coding. Speaking of long hours, it runs about 7 to 8 hours on a 43 watt hour battery at 50% brightness, which again depends on what you're running on this laptop. Now coming to the display, it is having a 16:10 ratio panel with micro edge 400 nits of peak brightness and 100% sRGB of color gamut, right? So this is comparable to the MacBook, which is ideal for educational use. Again, this was a very different laptop from the previous ones, in which build quality and size are focused more than gaming performance, and this laptop is targeted mainly to business users or students who don't want to use the Apple environment. So yes, these were the best laptops under 80,000. Now let's move into a higher segment, and we are starting with the MacBook Air M1. Yes, the most tempting advanced laptop. This is a laptop almost all of you might be familiar with, and yes, Apple Silicon is just in a class of its own. You all might know details of this laptop and they will be covered in a separate video. But the real question is this absolute beast still relevant after 1 year of its launch? And it depends on a lot of factors, but I personally now have a very clear image after tackling all the reviews from my friends who are using the latest M1 MacBook Air. From a student point of view, if your branch, engineering specifically, need Windows and you're not a gamer, this laptop is exactly the thing you should purchase. Else, to put it simply, this is the best laptop out there under 90,000 for business and educational purposes, and also a lot of content creators too. Then there comes the next big question. This is just the first Apple Silicon M1. Is it even fully developed or stable? And the simple answer is no, it isn't. Yet it is more than what an average user will ever need. It's just amazing how much this laptop can perform without having a fan, and this chip doesn't heat up as well. Yeah, but this is the scene right now, and I want to state that the ARM architecture on M1 is not a complete build version and is definitely going to become better with M1X and the M2 chip. That being said, I am just nitpicking. M1 MacBook really is a good laptop and is definitely recommended if you are a non-gamer and you want to get the best of the best laptop experience. Now we are going to talk about higher end gaming laptops, and at first we have another model from the Victus series. This is the higher end of the previously mentioned Victus in this video with Ryzen 7 and RTX 3050 Ti. This is the latest and the best performing laptop in the Windows segment at this price. The good part with this is its high power supply to graphics cards. The build is the same as the last laptop, but the performance is way better on this. Both Ryzen 7 5800H and 3050 Ti are going to give an amazing performance in every aspect. Playing AAA titles or running very heavy programs on this is an easy go. Victus faces a problem with thermals. It is the best and the most latest laptop with a really good configuration. The screen is really good for content creators and gamers alike. It has a 144Hz 100% sRGB panel and comes with 300 nits of peak brightness, so you can do tasks like photo editing and video color correction with no issues at all. There's a separate video about the Victus series that I covered, so please check that out for more details. This is one of the easiest laptop to recommend in Windows segment. On same price point, we have a popular laptop from the Asus ROG series lineup. Asus ROG Strix G15, which comes with a Ryzen 5 5600H processor with 3050 Ti. Yes, this graphics card changes the gaming experience drastically in this price point, but in terms of processing power, it is behind Victus, which has the same graphics card. The body and the build quality are the same as the previous Strix laptop in this video, and in terms of gaming, this is made for competitive gaming. The display on this is not fit for creators. 62.5% of sRGB color gamut, which is Full HD 144Hz and has 250 nits of peak brightness. It has a 200 watt AC adapter and a 56 watt hour battery, and this is a really good game specific laptop if you want to buy a laptop under 90k for gaming. Now coming to some special mentions. At this price point, you can get the previous generation HP Omen with Ryzen 5 4600H and a GTX 1660 Ti graphics card, which is the older generation, but it is having 6GB of graphics and certain tasks might actually utilize that 6GB of memory in it. So now with all this amazing laptop available in the market, it's up to you what type of user you are. Do you want a good gaming performance? Do you want to do content creation on your laptop? Or you're just buying a laptop for your programming needs or educational needs or even business purposes? It's totally up to you. If you're still really confused about which laptop to get, you can easily reach out to me on Instagram DM. Yes, I've already helped 100 people to make a wise laptop decision because it's a really complicated process and it's a huge investment. So make sure you DM me on Instagram before buying a laptop, and maybe who knows, you might also enjoy some more discounts. Now the video has been already too long at this point, and thank you all for watching till the end. Somra Datta signing off.